Hey, come see us on tour. We'll be in Duluth, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta, Jacksonville, Florida, Tempe, Arizona, and Burbank, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets.
How do you feel as a delegate about the primary process not really mattering this year?
Not really mattering. I don't know what you mean by that. It does matter.
Oh, how does, because Joe Biden won it, and then he's not the candidate anymore. Kamala is, and she didn't really run for president. She just got chosen by delegates, right?
Yeah, I don't think it didn't matter, though. I think Joe Biden stepped aside, and then the process took its place that was always there in the first place.
Okay. And what do you say to people that say, well, the Democrats say they're putting democracy on the ballot, but they didn't really have democracy in their primary?
Well, it did, because there was a process that was already there. It's not like it was there were already rules in place for things like this, and so they went by the rules. And some people just don't know them.
Okay. And what can I ask you? What's your favorite policy of Kamala Harris?
What's my favorite policy of Kamala Harris? I think her criminal justice policies. Her criminal justice policies are my favorite.
Yeah.
Just Jillian, even though she has a prosecutor background, she still is very supportive of getting people who've been impacted by the system back into society.
Okay. All right. Thanks for talking to us. So there's a process. That's all they cared about. There was a process, and doesn't really matter. It's depressing. I was depressed walking out of there. It was depressing walking around there, and it's like this is just a show because there isn't any democracy. And all they were doing today was abortion day. That's all they talked about was abortion, abortion, abortion. And I'm like, do you guys talk about anything else? Do you talk about workers? You know, there's a firemen's protest right outside because they won't. Mayor of Chicago is a Democrat, won't give them a contract for 3 years now, and they can't strike. I mean, of course they don't care. Of course they don't care about anything, and it's crisis of democracy. It's like we're in the end stage of empire right now. This is end stage republic, and it's over. I don't think there's any recovery. People still think when they turn on CNN, it's the news. People still think when they read the New York Times, it's the news. And they think that when Joe Biden gives a speech, he's telling the truth. It got so bad. Did you see that even CNN and PBS had to fact check him because his whole speech was nothing but lie? If Donald Trump is such a menace, why do you have to lie about him for an hour straight? Why can't you just tell me the truth about him? And it's because both parties are so similar. They have to. Donald Trump has to pretend that they're communists when they're just corporatist, authoritarian tools, and they have to pretend he's a white supremacist and all those other things, and when he's just another corporatist, right? And what is weird is that somewhere in the deep state they want to kill him. Yeah, and I think it's because since John F. Kennedy, every president knew that they could not control the military, that there's another group of people that decides what the military is going to do, and Donald Trump is such a political novice, he thought that he controlled the military, and he thought he controlled the FBI, he thought he controlled the CIA, and boy did he find out quickly that he was wrong about that, and I think that's why they tried to kill him, because he still wants to exert his power over the military, and they're not okay with that.
No. Hey, come see us on tour. We'll be in Duluth, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta, Jacksonville, Florida, Tempe, Arizona, and Burbank, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets.